Chosen one, congratulations for your victory. You've crossed a line that many feared. You've walked through shadows that would have caused others to collapse. And yet, here you stand. The world may not have handed you a trophy, but heaven surely has. The signs have been there. The momentum is shifting. Something in the atmosphere around you has changed. The resistance has lessened. The doubts have been exposed. And now, the confirmation has arrived. This message is your signal from the universe, from the divine, that your breakthrough is no longer a matter of hope. It is now a matter of fact. You didn't just survive the warfare, you triumphed. You didn't just make it through the storm, you gained supernatural strength in the middle of it. You are not just a dreamer anymore. You are now the evidence that dreams do come true. Chosen one, if you're reading this, you're being celebrated in realms you cannot see. You're being honored by forces that watched you fight in silence. You're being congratulated not just for winning, but for doing so with grace, faith, and quiet resilience. This is your moment. Stay with this video until the end and allow it to affirm everything you've been sensing lately. And in the comments, write down your warmest wishes and 777 to align yourself with the energy of victory, breakthrough, and fulfilled destiny. Let this moment carry your intentions into the universe. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. You didn't ask for attention. You didn't crave applause. You simply kept going. When people misunderstood you, you kept walking. When the odds towered above you, you didn't quit. When the road turned dark, you lit your inner fire. And it is that light, that strength, that resilience, that has now birthed this victory. Your victory wasn't overnight. It was built moment by moment, tear by tear, test after test, delay after delay. You stayed faithful when it made no sense. You believed when even your own voice trembled. You didn't realize it, but every hard step carved your name into the walls of greatness. Now, the gates are opening. The favor is flowing. The rewards are forming. And the heavens are declaring, you made it. You're about to walk into rooms you didn't even know existed. You're about to receive acknowledgments from those who once overlooked you. You are being positioned in places where only victors belong. And let this be clear, you are not being blessed randomly. You are being blessed because you passed the test. You carried the weight. You fought through the noise. You climbed despite the fog. And now, you've reached a place where the light shines directly on you. It wasn't always pretty. It wasn't always peaceful. But it was always divine. Every setback was a setup. Every delay was a recalibration. Every detour was part of the map only the chosen few can understand. You didn't know you were being led into victory. You thought you were being forgotten. But what looked like silence was actually strategy. What looked like rejection was actually redirection. And now the result is standing before you. Victory. Not partial, not limited, but divine and full. You see, victory isn't just an event. It's a spiritual elevation, a shift in identity, a reset of atmosphere. And that's what has happened for you. The old version of you wouldn't recognize who you're becoming. You've matured into someone with wisdom in your eyes, fire in your voice, and confidence in your steps. That doesn't come from comfort. It comes from challenge. And you've faced enough challenges to unlock doors others only dream of. Now the rewards begin. Unexpected offers, long-awaited approvals, sudden turnarounds, miraculous connections. These are not coincidences. They are the echoes of your effort, the harvest of your hidden labor, the fruit of the roots you planted in secret seasons. You may not have shared every pain, but heaven counted every sacrifice. And now it is all coming back, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. It's your time to receive, chosen one. The season of proving is over. The season of flourishing is here. The old battles won't revisit you. The old fears won't haunt you. You're not on the same level you used to be. That version of you no longer exists. The world may expect you to respond the same way, but you've been reborn. You've been transformed through fire. And fire doesn't burn you anymore. It builds you. With God's blessings, you are invited to bless this message by giving a divine gift of $50 or more through the Super Thanks button on YouTube. Together, let's spread faith, hope, and love, bringing light not just into your own life, but also to those who need it most. Your generosity becomes a seed of inspiration and healing for countless souls. Your name has been announced in divine chambers. Your assignment has been upgraded. The path in front of you will no longer be filled with uncertainty. It will be marked by clarity. You won't need to knock on doors anymore. They will open before you arrive. The favor that follows you is undeniable. The light around you is irresistible. The voice within you is unshakable. Why? Because you won. Yes, you won. You didn't know it while it was happening. But everything you went through, you won. And now, the celebration begins. Not with noise, but with grace. Not with chaos, but with clarity. Not with performance, but with peace. This is the kind of victory only a chosen one can understand. Not everyone saw your struggle, so not everyone will understand your success. And that's okay, because this victory wasn't for them. It was for you. Stay humble, but stay bold. Stay kind, but stay firm. The same force that brought you here will carry you further. This is just the beginning. Your name will be whispered in rooms of influence. Your story will inspire those who are still in their battle. Your light will reach those who think they're still in the dark. Because when a chosen one wins, the ripple effect touches lives far beyond their own. Congratulations for your victory. You didn't lose your mind when life tried to break it. You didn't lose your faith when silence screamed louder than answers. You didn't lose your heart when betrayal tried to crush it. You are standing tall because you were never alone. The divine walked beside you. The unseen pushed you forward. And now, the visible is about to reward you openly. More is coming. Greater is near. This victory is not the end. It's the signal that everything else you were promised is now on its way. You're going to see the fullness of what was once only a vision. The people who walked away will witness the rising. The ones who doubted you will hear about your elevation. But you, don't focus on them. Focus on the journey ahead. Because your best days didn't already happen, they're about to. There is no going back. The door behind you is shut. The bridge has burned. And that is good. You're being led to lands of overflow, tables of abundance, moments of glory. Every step forward will now feel lighter. Every choice you make will be guided with wisdom. You won't need to force things. You won't need to chase what already belongs to you. You are a magnet for miracles now. You've been crowned. You've been chosen. You've been sealed with victory. And no force on earth can reverse what has already been declared over your life. There are realms preparing blessings with your name on them. There are destinies being rewritten in your favor. There are winds carrying your provision directly to you. And this time, you'll recognize the blessing, because you know what it's like to live without it. So take this moment in. Let it remind you that you never needed to be seen to be significant, that you never needed applause to be anointed, that you never needed a crowd to be crowned. You only needed alignment, obedience, faith. And now, your reward is unfolding before your eyes. This is your victory, chosen one, and it was always meant for you. You didn't get here by accident. You arrived at this point because something inside you refused to settle. Even when you questioned your worth, you still showed up. Even when the tears streamed down your face in the dark, you still took the next step. Victory didn't choose someone perfect. It chose someone persistent. And that someone is you. Let's make it clear. You didn't win by chance, and you're not being elevated because the world finally allowed it. You're being elevated because heaven ordained it. What you carry cannot be duplicated. What you've endured cannot be measured. And what's coming next cannot be stopped. This season is called recognition. This chapter is called restoration. This moment is called confirmation. Chosen one, your steps have been verified by the divine. Every move now carries weight. You are not hidden anymore. You are not silenced anymore. You are not overlooked anymore. Victory has placed a spotlight on you, not to perform, but to walk in purpose. There were times you begged for the pain to end, but it stayed just long enough to teach you how to soar. It shaped your character. It refined your discernment. It purified your motives. And now you lead with wisdom, not wounds. You speak with fire, not fear. You walk with authority, not anxiety. You don't need to scream to be heard. Your presence speaks. And the world is about to listen in ways it never has before. Your victory is not just a win. It's a signal. It's telling you the wait is over. It's announcing the lifting of the weight you've carried for so long. It's confirming that the power you thought you lost was never gone. It was maturing. You're not coming back to who you were. You're not returning to the former version of your life. No, this is new. This is elevation. This is dominion. The kind that can't be earned by shortcuts or stolen by pretenders. Only those who have suffered in silence and stayed faithful without fanfare are worthy of this kind of rise. People don't know what it cost you. They see the outcome, but they didn't see the nights you cried out for strength. They didn't witness the moments when everything looked like it was collapsing. But somehow, your spirit didn't. You held on, and heaven took note. The divine recorded every unseen sacrifice, and now it's paying back with more than you ever imagined. Overflow isn't just coming, it's being released. Doors are opening that logic can't explain. Opportunities are forming that no human could orchestrate. Blessings are aligning that only divine timing could arrange. You're not being promoted by people. You're being promoted by power. The kind of power that cannot lie. The kind that doesn't reverse its decision. The kind that declares, "This one is ready." And you are ready. Ready to lead. Ready to carry. Ready to overflow. This next phase of your life won't be about endurance. It will be about enjoyment. You'll look around and realize that you're no longer surviving. You're finally thriving. The harvest is real. The reward is undeniable. And the victory is eternal. Because what you just crossed over into was sealed in heaven long before it manifested on earth. You may still feel the residue of the battle, but don't confuse residue with reality. You're no longer in a fight. You're in a flow. You're no longer being tested. You're being trusted. The divine sees you as a carrier of impact, and your life is about to reflect that in ways that make others stare in awe. This victory didn't just change your situation. It changed your frequency. You now attract what you used to chase. You now radiate what you used to search for. The energy around you has been upgraded. The spiritual climate has shifted, and those who come near you will either elevate with you or exit, because you no longer match confusion, you match clarity. You no longer match lack, you match legacy. You no longer match silence, you match sound. And that sound is victory. Chosen one, you're not behind. You're right on time. All the delays were part of divine construction. You weren't being punished. You were being prepared. You weren't being denied. You were being defined. And now, with the pieces in place, the power is being released. One by one, your prayers are being fulfilled, not with scraps, but with substance. This time, you won't have to ask for your blessing twice. This time, you won't have to remind anyone of your worth. This time, you won't have to shrink to be accepted. You'll be embraced exactly as you are. Fully, boldly, completely. Because this is what victory feels like. It's not just a celebration. It's a shift. It's not just clapping hands. It's doors opening, walls falling, and chains breaking. And this victory is contagious. Everyone connected to you will start to feel the change. Your environment will start to respond. Your finances will respond. Your relationships will respond. Your body, your mind, your calling, everything will begin to operate on a victorious frequency. Because the chosen one isn't just blessed in private. The chosen one carries victory publicly. Let them watch. Let them wonder. Let them ask how you did it. And with a calm heart and clear voice, you can simply say, "Grace carried me." Because it did. You are not the result of luck or human favor. You are the result of divine grace, relentless obedience, and spiritual endurance. And now that you've arrived here, you'll never be sent back. Your soul is lighter. Your future is brighter. Your name is louder. And your life is proof that silent battles birth supernatural rewards. You've been crowned in secret, but now you'll be celebrated in the open. And it will be undeniable. This victory will ripple into the next season. It will shake foundations. It will awaken dormant dreams. It will activate bold moves. You are now licensed by the heavens to walk in dominion. You are not just favored, you are established. And nothing will ever look the same again. You are now walking in a realm where what once resisted you will now respond to you. You are in alignment. And alignment is not a feeling. It's a spiritual command. That's why things are flowing. That's why confusion is leaving. That's why closed doors are swinging open without you even knocking. Because you've stepped into the season of divine response. You are no longer begging for what is already yours. You are receiving it with authority. This is what true victory does. It corrects your posture. It reminds you of who you are. It causes you to stop shrinking and start standing. Because now, you understand. You didn't fight this hard to go back to insecurity. You didn't endure this long just to stay small. You didn't rise through the darkness to hide your light again. No more dimming. No more second-guessing. No more asking for permission to shine. This victory is your permission. You are cleared. You are commissioned. You are covered. And everything about you has shifted. Your mindset, your habits, your energy, your presence. You walk into rooms now, and the atmosphere changes. That's not arrogance. That's anointing. That's what comes when a chosen one finally steps fully into who they are. For too long, you played roles that were beneath your calling. You held your voice back so others wouldn't feel small. You allowed yourself to be misunderstood in order to maintain peace. But now you realize your peace was never meant to be compromised for the comfort of others. Your power was never meant to be packaged for palatability. You are bold by design. You are radiant by nature. And this victory is your reminder to be it without apology. Everything you went through prepared you to carry this kind of light, this kind of favor, this kind of wealth, not just in the financial sense, but in the spiritual, emotional, and mental realms. You are rich in clarity, rich in purpose, rich in vision, rich in alignment. And soon, every area of your life will start to reflect that richness outwardly. The financial breakthrough is just one manifestation of your spiritual wealth. Yes, it's coming, not in pieces, but in waves. Not through hustle, but through divine flow. What you once chased now recognizes you. Because you are no longer the same version of yourself that used to wait on signs. Now you are the sign. You are the evidence. You are the fulfilled prophecy. You are the proof that obedience, when mixed with endurance, produces undeniable outcomes. Let them question how it happened so fast. Let them whisper about your rise. They don't know what you sacrificed. They weren't there for the heartbreaks, the rejections, the spiritual pruning. But heaven was, and heaven kept the record. That's why the reward is this massive. That's why the elevation feels surreal. Because what you gave up privately, you're being paid for publicly. Chosen one, your name has been marked. And not just for blessing, but for impact. You're not rising to just have a better life. You're rising to shift generations, to rewrite legacies, to carry keys that unlock gates for others. There is a divine agenda attached to your victory. It's bigger than you. And that's why no weapon formed could stop you. Because your win was not optional. It was required for the next wave of transformation in the world. You were built for this, forged in fire, strengthened through silence, refined by resistance. And now, you are unstoppable. Not because of what you have, but because of who you've become. And who you've become is someone even the darkness regrets messing with. From this moment forward, you will feel a peace that doesn't make sense. A confidence that doesn't come from compliments. A clarity that doesn't require constant validation. Why? Because you've stepped into true knowing. You know who you are. You know what you carry. You know what you survived. And that knowing is louder than any lie that tries to speak over your life.